So here's my day. I wake up, I immediately go to my appointment at the chiropractor to get an adjustment because I have to do that from time to time because I'm apparently 75 years old. I'm printing out my passes for my Godzilla screening tonight, which I'm extremely excited about, and then I see that Zack Snyder has tweeted out a photo of the Batmobile, and in front of the Batmobile stands Ben Affleck in his bat suit. And I said to myself, I have to make a video now because I really have to. In all honesty, guys, I was extremely excited to see that because if you don't know, I'm a huge Batman fan, and you probably knew that because Batman. He is my favorite comic book character. I've always liked him. I watched the 60s Adam West show when I was young. I grew up with the Tim Burton films and the animated series. I lived through the Schumacher films. Yeah, I actually... that happened. That happened in real life. And I experienced the awesomeness that was the Dark Knight trilogy, and I'm extremely excited to see what Zack Snyder does with this character, and I'm truly hoping that his film is as good as this looks. I love his new suit. It looks beautiful. It looks very much like Frank Miller's take from The Dark Knight Returns. If you have not read that, do so. It is basically one of Batman's best outings ever to be put on paper. Definitely check out that if you haven't. And it definitely seems inspired by that, particularly in the cowl. The shorter ears are very much so inspired by Frank Miller's drawings. Some people are complaining that the ears are a little too short, they look a little too stubby, a little too cartoony. I just see Frank Miller's artistry, and that makes me extremely happy as a huge fan of Batman. It's a comic book film related announcement. There's going to be screaming in the streets and bloody murder. Everyone's going to want it to be exactly the way that they envision it from their childhood or whatever which way they feel it would be the best, but I honestly am extremely pleased with the way this looks because it looks quite like Frank Miller's creation. And I think that's awesome because his portrayal of Batman was a very, very gritty and older, kind of grizzled, getting a little bit tired. He's been doing it for a while, and that's something that I really think is going to be cool to see because we have not actually seen that. We saw it sort of in The Dark Knight Rises, but for the most part we have not seen Batman, say, in his 40s, and I think we're about to. Let's be a little realistic here because I am a film critic, and as a film critic I am supposed to be critical and analytical of filmmaking and whatnot, and that's my job. I'm really hoping this film is as good as this image looks. I have my doubts about how it can turn out because Zack Snyder didn't make a perfect movie with Man of Steel. You may like it, you may hate it, but I think everyone can admit that it wasn't incredible. You know what I mean? Like, even people who liked it were like, that was really good, I really enjoyed it, but no one really thought it was the best movie ever made. And I'm really hoping that he learns from some of the mistakes he made on Man of Steel with this new Batman vs. Superman film, because this is the most epic assemblage of DC characters we have had ever in a film, and I am truly hoping that it delivers. What do you guys think of this image? What do you think of Ben Affleck as Batman? Are you hoping that it's going to be great? Because I am. I'm really, really counting on him, and I actually do have a lot of confidence in Ben Affleck because as a filmmaker, he's really proved himself to seriously know what he's doing behind the camera, and he has really changed his entire career around, and I'm hoping that this continues in that path because he's already kind of bit the big one in regards to portraying a comic book character in film with Daredevil, and I think he's learned from his lessons, and I'm really hoping that's true, and that with Batman vs. Superman, we get an incredible comic book film. Let's hope. Thanks so much for watching. As always, guys, I'm interested in hearing your thoughts below in the comments, and as always, thank you so much, and if you like this, you can click right here and get Stuckmanized.